He was the unstoppable green giant on screen, strong, fearless, and unforgettable. But behind the muscles, behind the Incredible Hulk persona, Lou Ferrigno was hiding a lifetime of pain and heartbreak that few ever knew. His true story isn't just shocking, it's deeply human, and it will completely change the way you see this legendary figure. Lou Ferrigno's towering presence and green-painted rage made him a television icon in the late 1970s. As the Incredible Hulk, he smashed through walls, flipped cars, and terrified villains. But off-screen, Lou's life was marked by battles far more devastating than anything scripted on the show. Behind the physical strength was a man who had been fighting since childhood, not for fame, but for acceptance, dignity, and the right to simply be heard. Born in Brooklyn in 1951, Ferrigno lost nearly all of his hearing just weeks after birth due to a severe ear infection. He was only 3 years old when his parents discovered the extent of his hearing loss. Growing up deaf in a time when understanding and resources were scarce wasn't just isolating, it was traumatizing. Kids bullied him relentlessly, mocking his voice and calling him names. Even his own father, a tough, old-school police lieutenant, was ashamed of his condition and often lashed out instead of offering support. Lou once said, "He thought I was broken, that I'd never become anything." But instead of giving up, Lou turned inward and to the gym. He became obsessed with bodybuilding, inspired by comic book heroes and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Lifting weights became his sanctuary, a way to gain confidence in a world that tried to silence him. What most people don't know is that Lou's legendary physique was built not out of vanity, but as a survival mechanism. It was how he coped with loneliness, exclusion, and pain. Even after achieving his dream of becoming Mr. Universe and landing the iconic role of the Hulk, Lou's battles didn't end. Hollywood was never kind to outsiders, especially those with disabilities. Producers often overlooked him for speaking roles, and many assumed his hearing loss meant he couldn't act. Despite this, Lou continued to push forward, determined to prove that strength wasn't just physical, it was emotional and mental, too. And then came another tragedy: the sudden loss of his younger brother, Andrew, who died in 2019 after a long struggle with mental illness. Lou was devastated. They had been close despite their different lives, and Lou blamed himself for not doing more. He rarely speaks publicly about the loss, but those close to him say it left a permanent scar. In addition to his personal grief, Lou's later years were marked by a heartbreaking betrayal. In 2021, he filed a lawsuit against a man who had scammed him out of tens of thousands of dollars in a bogus investment scheme. It wasn't just about the money. It was about trust, and once again, Lou found himself hurt by people he thought he could count on. Through it all, Lou Ferrigno has never stopped fighting. He became a deputy sheriff, a motivational speaker, and an advocate for people with disabilities. His mission now is to show others that adversity doesn't define you, it strengthens you. The Hulk was a character born out of rage, but Lou's true power came from resilience, kindness, and an unbreakable will to rise, no matter how many times life knocked him down.